Happy Monday. It is time for another episode of Local Roots. I'm Todd Studer. You know how much I love to tell stories of what's happening in the rural communities and all around Southwest Iowa. And there is an exciting anniversary coming up in Neola very, very soon as Tammy Leehy of the Absolute Dance Academy started her dance studio 25 years ago this year. And we had an opportunity to catch up with Tammy to learn more about the history of Absolute Dance Academy, her philosophy, and why it is that she loves to be in Neola so much. So we're kind of doing a little bit highlights throughout the week with Hoodoo Days coming up in Neola. And we'll also highlight some other things as well on Local Roots. But today, it is Tammy Leehy from Absolute Dance Academy. That is just around the corner. If you're looking to buy or sell a home around Southwest Iowa, the guy that you need to get a hold of is Blake Hunter. He is your trusted realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Blake knows the local market and is dedicated to helping you find the perfect place to call home. He also hosts a popular podcast called Hunting Home, where he shares insights, tips, and the latest trends in real estate. Whether you're a first-time buyer, upgrading, or if you're ready to sell, Blake Hunter is here to guide you every step of the way. Go to his website, blakehunter.homes, and start hunting for your dream home with confidence. Castle and Associates of American Family Insurance, your local insurance provider for all of your home, auto, life, business, and farm insurance needs. 4 convenient locations: Trainer, Council Bluffs, Bellevue, and Elkhorn. They are local and in your neighborhood, ready to help you navigate the complexities of insurance today. Travis and his team educate, advise, and simplify insurance, all to protect those things you cherish most. Give them a call for your free quote. Time now to visit with Tammy Leehy, the owner of Absolute Dance Academy in Neola, who is celebrating a bit of an anniversary this year. Tammy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm grateful that you squeeze some time into your schedule because I know you have classes that are going to be starting up very, very soon. And this has to be an incredibly busy time of year for you.
It is. We're ramping up for our 25th season. Classes start September 2nd, the day after Hoodoo Days, and we're super excited to get our 25th season started.
Let's talk about your history a little bit. Going back now 25 years, what was it that made you decide you even wanted to start a dance studio and dance academy?
Well, I have always been a dancer, danced my whole life. Moved to Neola in 2000 and was teaching at my old studio in Elkhorn, Nebraska. So I was driving back
Now,
and
yeah,
forth.
that's a bit of a drive from from
It
Neola.
is.
Yeah.
And funny story, a local daycare in Neola asked if I would come during the day and teach dance to her daycare kids. So that's kind of how it got started. And then those littles had cousins, siblings that wanted to take and just decided that we would try it. And I rented a small space out of a building on 4th Street in Neola for about a year and a half, and it literally grew so fast that we grew out of that space. And we're lucky enough to purchase the old VFW building in Neola, and that's where we've been ever since.
So it sounds like the community just accepted you very, very quickly and were excited that you were there.
Yes, yes. A lot of people were either driving back into Council Bluffs for dance, so they may have worked there, drove home to Neola, grabbed their kids, went back to Council Bluffs. So having a local studio for them, I think, was pretty cool. And I didn't really realize that at the time because we had just moved to Neola, so I wasn't really familiar with all of that. But it great timing, and it all worked out, and so happy that it did.
I'm curious, having been now going for 25 years, has it happened yet where a former student is bringing a child to you?
Yes, multiple times. Yes, multiple times. It's really kind of surreal. I actually just had at our open house this past Tuesday another student that I had that brought her little girl to the open house, and um, every time they do, I I don't know, I just get emotional because just having the studio for that long, it to me it seems like 5 years, not 25 years. And the kids that have gone through the studio, some have stayed, some have come for a couple of years and then, moved on to other things, but they're all still a part of our dance family, no matter how long that they've been with us at the studio. So yeah, it's super cool.
I'm curious also about from your perspective, because I've talked about this with different extracurricular activities, whether it be in the arts or whether it be sports or what have you, about what something like this does for a young person. And then as they continue to grow up and become adults themselves, some of the different skills that this types of thing can teach them, because it goes past just learning the steps.
Yes, it does. I mean, I've had dancers who literally will not speak to me all year long. They just, they're so shy, won't make eye contact, and they won't patient. And we put them on stage, and they're like a completely different kid. It's just really cool to see how they get up there and they can express themselves, and they're not embarrassed, and they're not shy, and they're in their own zone. It's super cool. And I've also had those kids that same, they've grown to be amazing adults that are very outspoken and not shy anymore and can carry on a conversation. And so that's really cool to see because when they're growing up, they're like, you never spoke 2 words to me when you were little. And now look at you. So it's super cool to see the transformation in kids that learn the confident, not learn, but just get confidence from getting on stage, being in front of people, and showing what they can do. It's truly amazing.
I coming from a different perspective on it, but still with the same result. That a lot of times, I think a young person really hasn't had an opportunity to be that, so they've just been a little bit more reserved,
Yep,
and then it takes a while for that to come
absolutely.
out. Case in
Yep.
point, back when I was in high school, petrified of speaking. Standing up in front of people scared me to death. So naturally, I went into radio.
Yeah,
and
right.
and then I found my voice very quickly. And within a year, I'm doing public speaking engagements. And it was because I never really had an opportunity before or wasn't encouraged to before. And that's what you're doing for young people is you are giving them the chance and the encouragement to just and who they really are is what's coming out. It's
Hmm.
not as if they're changing their personality. It's already in there.
Right.
But you're giving them that chance and helping them find that voice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really truly awesome to watch these kids grow up. Um, when they first walk into the studio, scared to death, not knowing what's going to happen, to even 2 weeks later and just having them come in all smiles, jumping up and down, cannot wait to get into class to see what they're going to learn that day. I mean, it happens fast for some kids it takes longer. But that's kind of the the really cool thing about it is that you can develop at your own speed, your own level. There's no pressure. You just, the kids that come in, we just really want them to build that self confidence at their speed and they don't have to continue their dancing career. It just the confidence that they get from being a performer.
How about you?
Truly
Yeah.
amazing.
How about you, Tammy, when you from where you started this business to where you're at now? I mean, there has to have been some growth there too. I can't imagine it still looking the same today as it did 25 years ago.
So no, it 25 years ago, I started with one studio, just me teaching 4 days a week, 4 to 5 hours a night. Um, Probably the first 10 plus years. Then we were getting so big that I had to bring on some help, and I had a really good friend that drove out to Neola from Council Bluffs, and we actually built another studio within our studio. So we had two studios running at the same time. Then that evolved to even larger classes, and we had to build a third studio within our building. So we have three running studios within our building. My four daughters danced all through elementary and high school as well with their other activities. They were lucky enough to be able to do multiple things, and dance was one of them. They went off to college. They all came back, and they're three of them are actually teaching for me today as part of my staff, and one does my social media. So it's truly a family affair, and I am semi-retired from teaching in the sense that I do all the background work and I teach a couple hours a week, but I also have two alumni that danced for me their whole lives, went off to college, came back, or working their full-time jobs and are coming out and teaching as well. So I have one, two, three, five staff members besides myself that come out and teach the kids, and they're truly amazing. I'm so blessed to have them. The kids have really, really, really great young women that are working with them now at the studio.
Do you have space for more students? It sounds like at the popularity level that you're at, I don't know whether you have a waiting list or not, but what's the process for parents that want to get their young person involved?
So with having the three studios and having five teachers, we do have the space. We make it work. Our class size, we try to keep around 10 dancers. We don't want to get too large in the sense that we're a small town. We want our classes to be small. We want our kids to have the individualized attention from our instructors. We have students that come and help the instructors. So our older high school students will come and help. So our ratio is really good for our students coming in. But I never in 25 years put somebody on a waiting list. I want them to have the chance to dance if they want to. And it's just worked out. We will create a class if we need to, and bring in, another teacher at a different time if we need to, just so that every child in our area has a chance to come and dance at the studio if they want to, whether it's one session, two sessions, 5 years, 10 years. We want them to have that ability to do that.
Tell us about Hoodoo Days coming up. How is Absolute Dance Academy going to be involved?
So Absolute Dance Academy our plan is to walk through the parade. Actually, we have cloggers that really all the way up to COVID, we would clog through the parade. We used to have a dance troupe called Los Hills Country Cloggers, and we would go out and perform at community events. And Hoodoo Days was one of our big events that we would do. And since COVID, the Los Hills Country Cloggers are no more, unfortunately. But we do have a group of cloggers that are ready to go for Hoodoo Days, and they want to get out there and show our community a few of their steps. And hopefully we'll have enough dancers to do that. We've got high school dance team members that are going to be with their dance team. So that's always the challenge, is to make sure that we have enough dancers that are willing to do it for us. But that's our plan anyway, hopefully.
Something I always like to ask anyone that I'm talking to that lives in a smaller community around Southwest Iowa is your why for being there. Now, I'm not talking about life experiences that just took you there, but obviously you get a lot of satisfaction from being where you're at. So, why Neola and why Southwest Iowa?
Well, just this for me personally, I grew up in a small town. My husband grew up in a small town. We wanted our kids to grow up in a small town, and to be lucky enough to open a studio in a small town. Um, was nothing I planned. Again, it happened, and thank God that it did. But I just feel like the small town, the community, the support that you get from the community, the families, we're all in it together. Everybody's busy. Everybody wants to do every activity. And my goal at the studio is to be able to provide that for people who maybe want to do soccer, want to do volleyball, want to do basketball, and they still want to come and dance at the studio. I want that to be an opportunity for them. I don't want them to not come and dance because they have other activities to do. I want to work it out for them. And I want my dancers to do other activities. I want them to be well rounded um, individuals that grow up and can time manage and can do multiple things and not have the pressure to be siloed into one um, thing, because I think that's been a trend lately, an upward trend where you're only going to do this, you're only going to do that. So,
Yeah, I have seen that. I've heard people talking about it, that if you want to be successful, you just have to focus on this one thing. Well, that depends on what success looks like to you and
right,
what your true goals are. And yes, I suppose that if you're hoping one day to be a professional athlete, then focusing on that one specific sport could be a benefit. But for the vast majority of us, that's not the case.
right,
And
right.
it's more about having a well-rounded and fulfilled life. And so the fact that you're doing that, I think, speaks volumes for that. How far out do some of your students come from? I mean, you're in Neola, but how far are they coming from?
So we actually pull from quite a few communities in the area. We have Avoca, Shelby, Missouri Valley, Logan, Underwood, Town, Persia. We do have Council Bluffs. Has some kids from Council Bluffs have come out in the past and actually are. So really, it's a perfect location for all of those communities and easy access. We're right off the interstate. Um, it's yeah, we pull from a lot of the Honey Creek is another one. So
As you are entering now this 25th year, anything special planned? Any special celebrations or to recognize that? Or are you just going to be humble and say, no, we're just going to keep going on with business as usual?
in my mind, we're just going to keep going on as usual. And my husband, who's very much a part of the business as well, they the dancers call him Janitor Ben because he comes with the broom during class to sweep. But he's like, "Don't ask, but we're planning something." So I don't know what it is. I don't.
Hmm.
I would hope that we could get as many alumni as possible to come back for our spring showcase in 2026, um, and maybe put a little dance together to get to perform at our spring showcase. But we'll see. That would be my goal, is just to have alumni come back and be able to see as many past dancers as I can.
Well,
So
speaking, I'm just going to speak for your husband right now, and I never met him. He's right that you should celebrate this, and not just for you. It should also be
yeah,
celebrated for all of the students that have come through for the past 25 years. And I have a feeling that you're going to see them come out
yes,
for that.
yes.
So listen, Tammy, congratulations on
Thank
what you have
you.
achieved so far and the fact that you have built something bigger than I'm sure what you had intended to when it first started out. You know, you've built a legacy. You have family now. Your children are involved with
Yep.
this, and that speaks volumes to what it is that you've done there. So thank you so much for being such a huge part of the community and a part of Southwest Iowa. You're affecting kids all around, not just there in Neola. And these are the types of things that need to be celebrated. So thank you very much. By the way, Absolute Dance Academy 21.com is the website if you want to go learn more. Get into one of Tammy's classes there and get your kids in. And seriously, stay in touch. I would love to be able to
Yes.
hear as more of this comes up. And if you have a celebration coming up, let me know. We'll help spread the word about it.
I will. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We'll see you at Hoodoo Days coming up this weekend in Neola. I was asked to help judge the barbecue contest, and and I didn't even have to pay them to do it. I can't believe that sometimes that this is my life and I get to do such great things and get to spend some time eating great barbecue. How about that? So Hoodoo Days going on this weekend in Neola. If you have a leak, a clogged drain, or planning a big remodel, Waldstein Plumbing has you covered. Fast, reliable service, expert craftsmanship, handling everything from small repairs to major installation. They're locally owned and trusted and take pride in doing the job right the first time. Residential or commercial, big or small, when plumbing problems strike, call Waldstein Plumbing. Visit them online at waldsteinplumbing.com. Schedule your free estimate. And do you or does someone you love need in-home care? Home Care Advocacy Network helps you maintain your own privacy in your own space while still receiving care and support with a personalized touch. Aging in place can be critical for many people. Home Care Advocacy Network can meet those needs with an understanding that assisted living is best at home. HCAN of Southwest Iowa, bringing the personal touch to care at home. hcan.com/Southwest Iowa is the website. Well, I don't know about you, but my voice sounds a little gravelly this morning. And I know a lot of times I'm the only one that can hear it. It sounds very bassy coming through my headphones and really deep in the lower registry. Not sure. I think something in the air. It's not allergies, maybe. I don't know what's coming out late summer. And maybe it's catching me here a little bit. So that's going to wrap up today's show. Thanks again, Tammy Leehy from Absolute Dance Academy in Neola for being the guest today. A lot more excitement coming up yet this week. My name's Todd Studer. Don't forget, shop local, shop in person. We'll see you again tomorrow morning.